G'day viewers, welcome back. A couple of weeks ago I released a couple of videos building this thing, but after using it for a couple of years it's a bit top heavy, meaning dragging that thing I might as well just carrying that. It's a lot of weight on your hand, so this time I'm going to lower it. That off there. That's step one. Step two, need a good solid surface. And here's the thing I just noticed. You see something wrong there? No? How about now? No? How about now? This whole leg is loose. It's disconnected up here, and more than likely it's come loose down there because that's not 90 degrees. So we'll be fixing that this time too. Now why did that happen? Well, because I never finished it. I tacked it together. I never fully welded it. That's going to work in my favour because that means I don't have to cut up miles of weld. I just got a few tacks here and there and that whole top plate comes off. But as I said, first I need to find a good flat level surface. This could be interesting. Clearly that tack didn't hold. Well, this seems as good a place as any around here. At least it's not rocking and wobbling, it's pretty stable. Now, what we're going to do is measure from the ground up to here. You see that? Up the top there. And then we're going to subtract 250 and we're going to put a mark on each of these legs so we know where to cut them off. Oh, that's 720. So, some calculations. 720. Alright, plus 30 is 750, minus 250 is 500, minus 30 is 470. That work? Put a mark there, and then measure the rest. And that's 250. So we need to cut each leg down to 470. That's a nice round figure. You know what? I'm going to go to 450. And to the other side. Now we get to marking and cutting. Now, as we discovered, this leg's broken away from its home. So here's a stupid part. Before we cut this off, I have to weld this back on because I need to get that where it belongs so that I can mark the correct angle down here. There we go. And right, oh dear, that doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Okay, I don't know why, but that's 10 mil out. Let's check the other one. Yep. And no. What happened? Okay, so something went awry there. $6.85, $6.90. All right. Now here's the interesting part. We don't want an angle on here yet because that's going to have to lean in. So I'm going to cut it at that angle, but then we're going to have to change it later. As for what happened with the height difference here, I don't know, I can't figure that out. But for some reason, these marks are higher than these marks. Oh well. Right up. That's not quite square. That's pretty much flat on square. So I figured out why there's an anomaly here. It's because they're not going to use the ground because it's not level, but it is flat. But that's touching at the top. You see what's happening there? This is not perpendicular because, as you can probably see from that, these aren't parallel to the ground. That's where our anomaly is coming from. Well, I'm glad I got that sorted. Now let's get back to some cutting. Right, I've cut the legs, just as you saw, just went around and cleaned off all the tacks off those. Now, that needs to go on there. But as you can probably see, those legs don't line up. These front ones need to lean back, which means this angle's going to change. So, next thing, I need to snip make sure that's tacked across the back there, snip the tacks at the front and lean these legs back. Don't know if this is going to show up on camera. No, it's not. I'll have to, because it is getting rather late, but this welding wire is rusted. It has rust patches all over it. Okay, I don't weld that often, so it's had time to sit in the machine and get rusty, but then you end up with stuff like this. There's flat spots there where see? That's where the wheel for the drive motor, the feed motor, has been basically spinning its wheels on it, and now it won't go through the liner. So now I need to replace the wire. Drawn a square line across there from the back, and same on the other side, but I think I'm going to call it a night because I'm finding it hard to see, and I'm guessing you guys are too. So I'll see you in the morning. So this is that wire I had, welding wire. You can see all those dark patches, that's not shadow, that's rust. And as a result, that won't go through the liner very well. You can really see it on there. This one here, get out of the way, you. Well, that one's a good example too. See those dark patches? That's rust. That's no good. And as a result of that, as you saw in the previous clip, it jams, and then the feed wheel keeps turning on it and creates a flat spot, and then it won't go through the liner. So that's junk. I mean, it was at the end of the roll anyway, so it's probably a good thing. Anyway, on with the show. Now, one thing I haven't done up to this point is make sure whether this surface is parallel to this surface. I mean, you can probably see from there, these aren't cut the right angle because that's resting on the front. It's sitting way up on the back. But also, I don't know if these two are parallel. Can't do it with a spirit level because, well, this won't be level. But there's an app for that. It's called Bubble. Make the noise. Yeah, it's got to be spot on. But I can use this because it'll tell me exactly what angle it is. And this has been calibrated. It doesn't matter if it hasn't, because, well, it's going to tell me the same... Shut up. It's going to tell me the same level, the same angle, no matter where it is. So, we'll put that on the bottom. That's hovering around 0.33. Put that on the top. This end needs to go up. No, that end needs to go down. This end needs to go up. Yeah, this side needs to go up. To about there, apparently. Let's get the tape out and do some measurements. It's 384mm to the back, and it's 389 to the tray. And that's only 387, so that's got to go up to about there. Righto. So clearly, we need to square off these before we do anything. For some strange reason it's closer, but it's still not great. There you go, big gap there, but oh well. I just broke the damn... Okay, just broke those tacks off. Righto. I'm just going to go around, tack all the legs, the tops of the legs, just on the outside corner, or I'll pick a corner, tack them all on, see how we go. Issue there? Yeah, me too. None of that's lined up, so it looks like kind of starting again. So here's our problem. If I put the square up on there, looking down here, there's a very small gap. Whereas on this side, same thing, there's kind of a huge gap. So what I'm going to do there is knock this weld out, pull that in, go from there. Well, that looks a bit closer, but it's still kind of not right. So one of these legs has to come forward. That looks a bit better. It's almost level. It actually has a bit more to go. But that is the same angle as that. Now, righto. It's not one of those things that needs to be absolutely spot on. So I'm just going to go ahead and start lining stuff up and tacking in place and see where that leads us. That is much better. I'm absolutely stoked with that. It's still a good height, and it's actually a really good height to load onto because I'm not reaching up in the air. So that looks pretty good up there. It probably could go down at the back a little bit more. I may do that, I may not, I don't know yet. So there we go. But it's not heavy on the hand either. That one finger, I'm holding it. So that's really good. It's really easy to push it around. And flip my hand. That's great. I'm stoked with that. And now, after 2 years, I can finally go ahead and weld all that up now. That makes me happy. It even looks better too. It's not like, wow. And that's the best part. That lead. Yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue. Well, that was a bit touch and go, but it worked out in the end. As I said, I'm really happy with that. It's a lot easier to use now. It doesn't want to rip your arm off while you're trying to lug it behind you. It's really well balanced. I'm really impressed with that. I hope someone else is. If you liked what you saw, you learnt something, hit that like button down below. Way down there. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when the next one's coming along. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the views I can get. Share this around. As I said, I appreciate all the views I can get. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.